Wow. Okay. So today I want to talk about Patrik Laine and his really heavy comments to end the season for the Columbus Blue Jackets this past season. And we've already heard some heavy stuff from the Blue Jackets. If you've been following the situation, Tortorella said some heavy stuff. Now he's out of there. Elvis Merzlikins, he also had some really heavy things to say, including like, oh, I can't sleep, man. Literally losing these games is allowing me to not be able to sleep. And now Patrik Laine, another one. And he's never been one to mince words, Patrik Laine, right? Like, he's always shot straight, told you exactly how it is, hasn't really held back ever since the first time we basically saw him. I mean, if you're a Canadian fan, remember that interview that he did from his bed? Like, it was like a pro interview and he was like laying down in his bed. You knew what kind of guy Patrik Laine was when he even did that interview. So let's get into what he said here. And it's quoted from Finnish. So he did the interview in Finnish, translated to hockey. Thank you to FBS for doing the translation on Twitter. Laine said, "You won't see me in the Worlds. Because of this season, I can't stand even a game of hockey. It was an absolutely miserable experience team-wise and personally. Only good thing is that the season is over. Everything that could have gone wrong went wrong." How heavy is that? That is so heavy, so dramatic. I'm not saying over dramatic because it's not over dramatic. He give his life to hockey, right? That's what he does. He pours his whole life into it. So him losing, it's really fatalistic. It's like the end of the world, right? So he's just saying how he feels, right? And we've seen him do this before, like I said, many times. So the fact that Laine's come out publicly and said that is crazy. I'm surprised it's not getting more airtime. Honestly, I thought it would be all over the sports nets, the sports centers of the world here, but I haven't really seen it anywhere other than Twitter here. And again, this is the morning after the quote came out, so I mean, maybe we'll see something, but I don't know, man. This is some heavy stuff from Laine, and we saw it. I mean, even just looking at Dubois, and I know Dubois in Winnipeg is also struggling right now, but he's had a better season than Laine. And I'm not necessarily talking about points and goals. No, I'm talking more about play, about ice time, not being benched, about relationships within the team, and honestly, the success of the team. Because at the end of the day, that's what matters. And that's why PLD is probably way happier in Winnipeg than Laine is in Columbus, and that Laine was in Winnipeg. Although I'm wondering right now, do you think Patrik Laine's sitting there and going, man, why did I say that? I should have just stayed in Winnipeg. Why did I have to open my mouth? I should have just stayed in Winnipeg. Do you think he's saying that? I'm just wondering if he's thinking that. Of course, he's going to come out in the press. He's going to say, more professional things. But I don't know. I'm just wondering if that's how he's feeling, right? Because a really tough season for the Blue Jackets. And they had expectations. It's not like they were expecting to come out and finish as one of the worst teams in the league. No, they had expectations for themselves. And it was just completely blown. And when you've got a guy like Tortorella who's so fiery, so hot-headed, it's when it doesn't work, it really doesn't work. And a lot of these guys, they seem so passionate, and losing seems to like eat them alive, right? So I don't know. It just seemed like he said, it would have been such a miserable season for them that I bet you they just couldn't wait for it to be over, like he said. But the fact that he said, I can't even stand watching a game of hockey or seeing a game of hockey, like, dude, that's your life. That's your job. That's what you do for a living. Like, you need to spend your days practicing and playing hockey. So if you can't even stand the sight of the game right now, then you need to take a break. You need to get away from it for a little bit and regroup here, because it's not going to work, man. And we also know that Laine's not on a super long-term deal, so does he stay in Columbus long-term? I know he said all the right things, but you could say that that's just lip service. I mean, if they don't turn it around in Columbus, he's probably going to go somewhere else. And people are already talking about trade scenarios for Laine. I don't think he goes, okay? I think he gives one, maybe even two more seasons if he re-ups for one more year, another bridge deal with Columbus, but I don't see him staying there long term. They're not going to trade him now, though. No, because you got a diminished asset. You paid a lot for him. You got to wait until his value climbs up a little bit more than it is right now. You can't trade him right now. I think he's going to stay in Columbus for a little bit longer. But let me know what you guys think. Some heavy comments from 29 there. But let me know. And if you want more hockey content, make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.